The significant point on the case of Egypt is the following: that despite the progress and the challenges in attaining the MDGs, we have managed to change 2 presidents in the span of less than 3 years. This is to attain freedom and human rights and social justice. Women in both revolutions in Egypt were up front. On the 30th of June revolution, the women's voice were higher than men. And why is this? Because they suffered marginalization and alienation. They were ousted from all their position during the Muslim Brotherhood regime. And that's why the women were up front in the revolution of the 30th century. I will not dwell too much on this, but one additional point, namely that we succeeded to draft a new constitution in Egypt, and I have the honor to be one of the members of the Committee of 50 that drafted this constitution. And for the first time, we have ensured to have full equal right for women in all domains: political, civil, social, economic. And without the umbrella of according to the religious principle or something like this. So we have 25% of the local seats for women, which constitutes 13,000 positions, and this is very important. Women, according to the Constitution, are supposed to get into the judiciary because the judiciary was a bit stubborn against hiring women, and as well as the high post in the country. Having said that, Mr. Chairman, and according to your introductory statement, you need ideas for how to improve and attain what we did not attain since 2000 on the MDGs. And this would be for the UN Agenda of 2015. For instance, first of all, we should have political will by any president or government or authority. Political will to empower women and to ensure her equality. Putting women in the decision making, this is 2. The need for a specific statistic on violence against women. This is neglected in many countries. We should have this statistic in order to remedy the situation. We need a monitoring mechanism to ensure that the rights acquired by women do not go and come or taken back when there is a different regime. It's the women's right. Today I have this right, tomorrow I lose the right because of a different system or different president or different parliament. We need to have ways and means to sustain this right. Guardians, and the guardians for those rights are the women's voice, be it official voice or NGOs or media. We need this army to protect the women's rights. Yes. Mr. Chairman, also a word to the United Nations. The UN organization or the whole UN system with its different organizations should coordinate their act together. And instead of the fragmentization, they should follow one principle where they can help at the national level to introduce a solid, strong support to women, instead of little project here and little project there. Mr. President, world solidarity is needed because women's issue is a world issue, not one country. We need solidarity by both women and men of the world. On the political front, Mr. Chairman, foreign power which should not use double standard in human rights and democracy and terrorism. Sometimes they use human rights and democracy the way they like, and in others they reverse their position. And this is the case of Egypt in particular. I was here last year and I mentioned during the presence of the last regime of Muslim Brotherhood how much we were discriminated against. I said it as an official representative of Egypt in this hall. And when we revolted against this discrimination, I didn't find somebody to shake hand or to pat on my shoulder and to support me. On the contrary, they were blaming me and supporting the terror, supporting those who are against the equality of women and the right of women. This is not fair. This is not international solidarity. Mr. Chairman, I have a message to my dear sister and brother, although the brothers are not many, but I hope you go back to your country and let the politicians change their hypocritical views on it. Thank you very much.